1. Hello everyone. Welcome to Ed Talk TV, Conversations Worth Having. How is your day? I hope you're having a fantastic day. We are going to jump into some content quick today because it's one of those days where I'm just going to be spitting things out at you guys left and right. So I hope that you're ready. Real quick, if this is your first time joining, welcome. Even if you're watching the replay, we love replay viewers. Make sure to comment. Why? Because the magic happens in the comments. That's right. There is magic in the comments. If you have not tuned into any episodes, or maybe you've missed some, or you're waiting till this weekend to catch up, it's all good. But when you do see one of these videos, one of these episodes, I need you to go ahead and drop a comment right there, okay? Even if it's just to say hello. Because it's not only to say something to me and have that engagement, but it's so that you put yourself out there. You have a chance of getting noticed. You're putting yourself out there for everyone else to be able to tune in and see what you do, right? And it's huge. I'm just looking down at my phone because I always have to have the phone open to make sure we're live and we're good. But that's what I want you to understand, is that it's not just you and me. I mean, it is, but it's not when you join the comments. You want to utilize that space. Go through and really utilize the comments on anything, not just this show, but anywhere you go on Facebook. Utilize the comments because a lot of magic happens there. So be sure to do that. Let me just double check, make sure we're still good, we're still live. Cool, awesome. Well, maybe not. Let's see. I can see Vicky there, but it doesn't look like we're still live. Give me a second, guys. Sometimes this happens. Sometimes tech happens like this. So we're gonna see. Jess is here. Okay, Jess, I see you. Can you see me? Let's see. Vicky's here, I think. So let's see if they can see me. On my phone, it just looks like it's playing a replay. So we're going to see. There. Awesome. Okay, Vicky, so I'm live. Cool. You guys, sometimes tech happens like that, so you have to double check. That's why it's always good to have a second device, if possible. I need Ed. I have some tech issues. Nice, Vicky. It's always good to have a second device if you go live from a different program. Meaning, if you're going live directly through Facebook, no problem, that's fine. But if you're like me, going through and having a separate program, I use Ecamm Live, then there's you have to always double check and see what's going on. So I'm glad you guys are here. I'm going to turn up the volume just for a second on my phone to see where we're at. Okay, so there's a big delay today, at least at right now. So we'll see, because right now we're talking about the comments, and I've already talked about that. So anyway, we're good. We have a bit of a delay, but that's fine. So that is that. So welcome to Ed Talk TV. If this is your first time joining, please say hello, even if you're watching the replay. Vicky, it's probably not your laptop. It's probably just Facebook today because I can see that I'm having a huge delay. So it is what it is. We're good. We'll just keep it rolling here. So this talk show, it's a talk show, is all about business, tech, and the user experience. We also have guests on the show. I say we a lot because it's not just me. Like, yes, my name's on this, and yes, I put on this show. But hey, Whitney, welcome everyone. But I have you guys who are hanging out in the comments, who are watching. Even if you're watching the replay, you guys are the ones that help bring this show together. So really understand that and utilize not only the comments, but the opportunity you have to become a guest. That's right. You can become a guest on the show where you can share your knowledge to me, my audience, and possibly everyone else. It's a huge opportunity, whether you're just getting started or you've already well on your way. Like, utilize this time to take advantage of that. But not yet. You can always do that later at edtalktv.com. So don't worry about it now. Has been it's Vicky. Facebook's going through a lot of updates, I feel like, right now. They're really having some glitches going on. So with that in mind, you have the comments and you have the, what else did I talk about? I don't know. It's at the end of the day. You got it. You can watch the replay. But today, normally we do random news, and I do have a random news thing, but I'm going to kind of hold off and save it till maybe the end if we need to fill up time later. But I want to really jump into the content today because there's been a lot of stuff going on, right? We've talked about, yesterday we talked about website cleanup, web presence cleanup really in general, just going through and cleaning up your online presence, whether that's your Facebook, any other social media account, your website, all of that stuff. You really need to make sure to go through and clean things up. Vicky, nope, it's not just you. I can see the glitches right now and throughout the previous days as well. So welcome to everyone joining in. I'm actually going to have my phone open just to have that on the screen there so that way I'll see it, just in case it takes a little while there. So let me pop that in front. Perfect. Cool. So if you guys don't know, like I have a webcam here, I have my screen here, I have my laptop down here, whoops, you can't see, down here, and then right now I have my phone right down there. So there's a lot of stuff going on over here. And welcome, Amanda. So that's why. And if you tune in live, FYI, you actually, when you comment, I can put you up on the screen. So that's another cool thing. Do you guys realize that I'm helping you by doing the promos for you, right? So can we talk about that for a second? So the magic happens in the comments. I'm encouraging you to comment. I'm also encouraging you to become a guest and share your knowledge. And then I'm also encouraging you to show up live so that then I can put your comments on the screen. Are you catching that? Like, that's all free promotion. I was going to say promo, so we'll just go with promotion for you, right? A little more dramatic. Like, that's you being able to sell without selling. Does that make sense? Like, you're providing value, even if it's to say hello, right? Even if it's just to say hello. That little hello is putting yourself out there. That little hello is getting you noticed, right? Whether it's just in the comments or if you're live, you get on the screen here, or if you become a guest. Like, you have to understand there's a method behind all of that. So when you are thinking about utilizing social media for your business and wanting to stand out, you have to ask yourself, okay, well, are you doing the basics? You're showing up, obviously, because you're right here. That's a good thing. But are you delivering? Are you bringing things to the table here? And I'm not talking about a link to your website. I'm not talking about a link to your Facebook group or to your page. I'm talking about, are you delivering valuable content? And it starts with a hello. I consider that still valuable because that means that you pause for a second to actually say something, right? You pause for a second to say hello to somebody. That's a lot. That's asking a lot from people, right? To get somebody to stop what they're doing and say hello. That takes a lot. Yeah, Amanda, you got to get back into doing lives. I will tell you, it's a game changer. And if you've done them before, which it sounds like you have, you know that it's addictive. And once you do, you start getting noticed. Like, people start to notice you a lot more. It's one of the easiest ways right now on social media to get noticed, you guys. It's one of the easiest. Because you really just have to hit that go live button. Now, of course, there's more to it, and that's a whole nother topic. There is training. I have a 1 hour training thing around Facebook Lives, which you can find later on the website. But just know that going live, that's a game changer for you and your business. And I say you and your business because while those are pretty much married together, right? When you think about it, when you're not doing business work, which, I mean, how many of us are never not doing that, right? But when we try to just be normal, Ed, Vicky, Amanda, Whitney, like when we try to be normal and not be businessy, everything we do in our business going live will translate over to our personal lives. That will pick us up and make us more confident. It will make us stand out more. And we're just going to go out and just be like, hey, we're doing the thing. Like, hang out with us or not. I got things to do and keep it moving, right? Like that's the way it goes. And you get more comfortable with that. Oh, great question, Amanda. So for this talk show, Ed Talk TV, after the broadcast, you can check out edtalktv.com. And what will happen is there's actually a form there for you to become a guest. You just fill it out and let me know basically why you want to be a guest on the show and what you want to share. And then from there, that will go through an approval process. And then from there, you would be able to come on the show and share your knowledge and go through there. And if you want to see previous episodes of guests that we've had on the show, at edtalktv.com, there's a link to see all of that. So I'll show that too. I'll probably jump onto my site here and show that to you guys just to have that there. Hey, Paula, nice to see you. It's one of those things that you really just want to start thinking about all these different opportunities that are right in front of you, right? Simple thing, we talked about blog posts the other day, right? We talked about blog posts and how sometimes it's really depressing because nobody comments, but then we see that we take the blog post, we push it out to social media, there's comments over there, but are we directing people back to our website? Probably not. That's why there's no comments. So there's, that redirection, that conversation you have to have with people. The other thing too is that when you have that conversation, you have to follow up with them. Like if I said, hey, Paula, that was an awesome article, and I posted that on her Facebook post, she might want to either comment back, which she would, comment back saying, oh, thanks, Ed. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Did you want to leave a comment over on the blog, or could you leave a comment over on the blog if you don't mind when you have a second? Like just asking, rephrase it however you want. And if depending on your relationship with that person, you can even go into their DMs, the private messaging, right? And ask them, hey, I saw that you dropped a comment on my blog post that I mentioned on Facebook. Would you mind either copying and pasting that as a comment over on my blog or just writing a quick one real quick? I'm trying to get some love over on my blog. And then if you have one, I'll be glad to do it too, right? Like that see how that works? It's a relationship. It's the same thing that you and I have. It's the same thing you and your family have. Whoever's connected to you, like it's a relationship. And you have to start treating social media like that because it's going to change the game for you. So really understand that. The other thing that you have to think about is it's a two-way street, right? It's not just promote, which is why I, for those just tuning in, that's why I started with the fact that I'm encouraging you to comment. I'm encouraging you to show up live because then I can put your comments on the screen. And I'm also encouraging you to come onto the show and be a guest. When you think about that, that's a lot of me encouraging you, but telling you, hey, this is a way for you to get out there. Now, I'm not saying I want you to promote all the time. I'm not saying that I want you to come on and just sell your product or sell your service. I'm saying you're going to come on, whether that's being in the comments or being a guest or whatever the case may be. You're going to show up and provide value. You're going to ask questions. You're going to provide answers that are related to what you know and what you're an expert in. That's how you're going to sell yourself, your services, all of your products. You're going to be selling without selling. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense, especially if you're watching the replay. Let me know. I'm just looking at the comments. Right, I get what you mean. Yeah, I always ask when I sell a poem, if people don't mind, will they leave me a review on my page? Yes, Amanda! Yes. What's great about that? I love that. This just happened earlier today, too. One of our audience members, Tammy, she is amazing at branding, and we had a fantastic conversation around branding and like helping clean up things and whatever. And I thought I had left a review on her page, but I actually forgot. And it was so nice to have Tammy actually ask me if I wouldn't mind leaving a review based off of our conversation. I was like, yes, I totally thought that I already did that, but I didn't. So thank you for the reminder. Like that's huge, right? So when you work with people, you want to make sure that you ask them for that. You got to ask. The reason I say ask for a review on your page is so that way, I'm just taking a look real quick, a notice just came in. I'm asking on your page, if you have a Facebook business page, is get the review there. Make sure the review tab's turned on if your page has that, because that provides social proof, right? Provides social proof. It's not just, it's not just Vicky saying that she's great at what she does. No, it's Amanda writing a post on Vicky's wall saying that she's a 5-star and she has XYZ. And it became a stamp. It's like a stamp of approval, right? It came from Amanda, not from Vicky. So that's why I say to redirect that conversation and really ask that. And yeah, Amanda, most of the sales come from word of mouth. So true. How many of you guys, even if you're watching the replay, can agree most of your sales are coming from word of mouth? If they're not, I want to know what you're doing differently. But I think most of the time what happens is that we actually forget that the number one way of marketing, the number one way to market yourself and what you offer is still word of mouth. That's still the best way to market. And hey, Tiffany, that's I was going to say the safest. It's the best way to market. And I think we forget about that a lot because we get distracted, right? We get distracted. What do we get distracted by? Anybody want to take a guess at that? I'm going to sip water because I'm dehydrated today, because this is not my first live today. It's my first live on Ed Troxel Creative, but I helped out with a client this morning and we did 2 lives. One, I actually got to, I was actually camera guy doing the live for an hour, and I forgot, you guys, side note, I forgot my handy tripod selfie stick. This guy is the best thing ever, and I forgot it. So I had to deal with my first ever tripod that's like about this big, but I didn't actually use that when I was filming. I just had to hold it for like an hour. It was a lot. So my arms got a good workout. But anyway, where I was going with that is that I did 2 lives, one for that whole hour, and then we did a recap, which we're going to talk about that in a second. So it's been a lot, so I have to catch up on the water. So while I have a sip here, let me know, even if you're watching the replay, what is it that, I already forgot the question, right? Oh, about social media and word of mouth marketing. We're going to talk about word of mouth marketing. What is it, do you think, that's distracting us from remembering that it's still word of mouth? That's the question. So, the reason we're so distracted, I think, from word of mouth and like really trying to emphasize that word of mouth marketing should be our first priority is the fact that we're so distracted with Facebook ads, Google ads, LinkedIn ads, although you probably don't even know that there's LinkedIn ads. I mean, Twitter ads, like there's ads for everything, right? Right, Whitney? I know. Suspense. And I think there's still a little bit of a delay, so that's happening today. But it's Facebook ads. That's probably the number one distraction you hear. And if not, please tell me, even if you're watching the replay. Like, obviously, I'm making an assumption here, but I want you to tell me, out of all the things that are out there, what do you think for you is distracting for marketing purposes? Because chances are, word of mouth is still strong, but that's not the first thing you go to when it comes to marketing. You probably start asking yourself, do we have a Facebook ad? Who can help us with Facebook ads? Who's going to start researching Facebook ads, right? Like that's how much money do we need to spend on Facebook ads? Like that's probably what your first jump is going straight to a Facebook ad. If it's not, cool. I want to know what is, because that would be awesome. But that's what happens is you go straight to that versus word of mouth marketing. And word of mouth marketing is really what makes up most of our businesses. And being able to get on live, right here, to see and feel and listen. Because I know some of you guys are in the car, you're driving kids around, you're washing dishes, you're washing clothes, you're having dinner. Like, I know that you can't sit here and literally watch my face for the whole hour. And I don't expect you to, right? And that's fine. So you have to understand that your audience is going to be picking you up at different times. And I have people that actually will catch the replay the next day, but also on the weekends. Like, they wait till the weekend to go through the episodes, which is cool. It's kind of like Netflix binge watching, right? Like, we have an Ed Talk TV binge watching. We might have to have a party around that. But you get what I'm saying? Like, you have to understand that yeah, you're building that awareness, and going live really makes you real. It makes you personable. It really gets you there. Sorry. Exactly. See, Whitney knows. She's got 3 kids running around. She knows, like, she's going to be able to tune in and out, whether she gets to see us visually or just listen to us. I get it. We all do that, right? So that's a perfect example, and that came in right at the right time. So thank you, Whitney. So you have to think about that stuff. Oh, here comes a bunch more. Okay, my main and first marketing is my subscribers list. I email them once a week. Nice, Teresa. I will tell you, if you guys are on my email list, please bear with me. I know I need to email you. I need to get better at that. I'm just going to be open about that. I just need to get better about that. So I'm glad that you're there. Vicky says, I am listening, just multitasking today. Exactly. See, I get it. You guys, we are all good. We're all doing our thing, right? Paul says, I hear you, Whitney. I'm helping with math homework right now. Math homework, Paula. Tell the kids I said hi, for both Whitney and Paula. And what math are we doing today? Because anything over pre-algebra, is that a thing? If that's still a thing, anything over that, forget it. We had in high school the books that are supposed to teach you, and I was just like, what? No. I need a person to teach me, because I need to figure out what X is, because Y and Z need to know what X are. Like, come on. Most of my website sales come from my subscribers. Yes, right? Your subscribers, because they know directly from you, that word of mouth. 5th grade division. Okay, cool. See, I don't know if you guys know this about me, but I used to work in an after-schools program for like 13 years, I think. And so I helped with elementary kids from kindergarten to 6th grade. And towards the end of my time with them, I actually was working with the 5th and 6th graders, helping them with homework, hanging out with them in the yard, all that stuff. So it was fun. So yeah, the math can be kind of a pain. And I'm like, where's your calculator? Hey, I can't say it because she'll probably turn on. But hey, Siri. So you gotta be careful around these tech devices, because every time they'll like pop up and it's just like weird. My watch might even jump onto that. Vicky, I know you're probably talking to Paula on this one, because there is no way I'm a math genius. I will be tech and business all day long, but math, nope, not happening. I need a calculator. I need some kind of tech device to help me with that. So when it comes to your why and packaging it, I want to show you this clip from this morning. And, I'll show you a couple things from this morning. What is interesting is, before I get to that, thanks, Vicky. Thanks, Vicky, for keeping me up on my toes there. Paula says, nope, me either. Yeah, no. Okay, good. I'm not alone. So I'm going to show you a couple things, but before I do, let me give you kind of a background of what went down this morning for one of my clients. So working with a local nonprofit, and they have a big human race coming up. So it's awesome. I'm helping them out with it. It's a lot of fun. Great team. Everyone is amazing, not only on the team, but just everyone in the community coming together. It's been really amazing to watch. and this is my first year actually paying attention to what's happening in terms of like the human race. I've heard of it, but I've just never actually participated or gone through that. So it's really interesting to be a part of it and like really get to see everyone just grow and work together. It's really cool. And seeing these fundraising pages like get created and then just start skyrocketing. I mean, it's just awesome. So anyway, today was a fundraising workshop that they put on for anybody who wanted to come in and learn tips and things like that. So what I got to do was film the event as a Facebook Live, because I wanted to get that captured for them, so that way those who couldn't make the event, are you picking up what I'm laying down? Those who could not make the event could still tune in and pick something up, right? Because maybe they're working, maybe they're multitasking, maybe they had to take the kids to the school, maybe they were in a work meeting that they couldn't get out of, like XYZ, right? You guys know because you just said it. So it's perfect. So out of the hour-long clip, I want to show you just a small piece, and hopefully you'll be able to hear it. But I want to show you this small piece of it, because while it pertains to fundraising, it is so much more, which is why I'm showing it to you, because it's a conversation worth having. Leading up to the point where I'm going to start here, they were talking about ways to get the word out, and when we start talking about social media. So I'm going to play you a little clip here. Actually, I'll show you first a clip of me for those who didn't see it on my personal profile. Let me go ahead and share my screen. So that's what I was doing this morning. I was filming Facebook Live with my handy battery pack that was on the side of me, so that way I didn't run out of battery for the rest of the day. And then I was using someone else's phone to go ahead and take pictures. You see? See what I'm hinting at? Oh, see, Siri just came on, and I didn't even say, I just said see, and she came on. So that is what I'm talking about. Like, there's more to this story than just me holding two phones, right? Now you know that I was Facebook Living here, if that's even a word, and I was taking pictures here. Does that make sense? Does that help you understand how you can capture moments at an event? Like that's what I'm talking about here, is multitasking. I forget, somebody had mentioned, Vicky, I think, mentioned a few minutes ago that they were multitasking. So being able to multitask and being able to think before the event, in this case, of how you want it to go down. What do you want to make happen here? What's your goal? Why are you doing this, right? So my why here was because I wanted to capture the event. I wanted it to help more than those who could just show up. You know, there's a small group that was able to show up, which is great, but my why is to help people be able to show up, deliver, and engage, right? And that is why I came in this morning to do this and to film it. And then I also, at the last minute, had to grab somebody's phone so I could take pictures, so that way they also had pictures for the event, right? Because maybe there is going to be a need later for still photos versus the video. So you have to think about that stuff. Now, I'm going to, and there's still a huge delay so I can see what's going on. Now, I'm going to play this small part, and for anybody who is interested, I highly recommend taking a look at the Volunteer Center of Sonoma County. They are in my area, of course, so if you're not local, you're going to say, oh, I don't think it applies to me, whatever, but still take a look at them, because they're an amazing organization that will still have great tips for anybody, whether you're an entrepreneur, a small business, or a nonprofit. You'll be able to use this as an example. So take a look. But I'm going to go ahead and play this small portion right here. This is live on their Facebook page from this morning, so you can always reference it if you need to. But I want to play this part right here. Say, yeah, time of day is a great thing. You have to play with it, so there's no right or wrong answer with this. But that is a good point that when you're posting on social media, for instance, a Facebook post, if you think about it, when are most people checking Facebook? How busy? How many people are posting? Between 8 and noon before lunch breaks, right? How many people are probably checking right before they go to work or get ready for? So it can be a really good thing to test. So, do you hear that part where I'm talking about, you have to test. You have to understand that you have to play around with timing. If you're going to be posting on social media, you want to play around with the timing. You want to think about what is it that I'm posting and when am I posting it? Why am I posting it? Right? Like, why did I want to show you that? Well, because it was a great event that I was able to capture, but it has great advice. It has that example of being able to take those little tidbits, those little moments, and being able to run with them, right? Like, how many of you think about, and you don't have to answer if you don't want to, but even if you're watching the replay, how many of you think about the time of day when you post? Now, I'm not saying that you have to, and frankly, I will tell you, for me, I'd probably say 8 to 9 times out of 10, I don't even think about the timing, to be honest. Vicky says, I have just scheduled posts for the next few days, but scattered at different times so I can see what works best. Excellent, Vicky. That's what I'm talking about, is testing. Seeing what works, looking at those analytics, those insights, right? Those numbers, not for the fact that you're like, oh, I didn't get 5 live viewers. Oh, I didn't get 100 followers. No, you're looking at those analytics, those numbers, to see what works in your favor or not, because you may be putting out great content, but it may be at the wrong times or on the wrong days, right? So you have to think about that, and you have to understand that there are strategies that you have to put in place. And part of that, I'm like watching it on the phone at how long the delay is today. So thanks for bearing with us. But you have to think about that stuff, and you have to go through and find out, like, what's your why? And there was a really cool exercise that Becky, who is amazing, we had such a great conversation today. Becky was putting on this fundraiser workshop, and she talked, it was very simple. She talked about your why is here, like the why is right here, and then it was the dollar amount, so that's another circle over here, and then coming out from the why is a testimonial, and then asking, right? Like, all of that you can relate to your business, and we just did. How cool is that? Like, we're coming around full circle here. We started talking about that, about redirecting the conversation, asking, right? Asking for people to leave us reviews, asking for people to drop a comment for the blog post, any of that stuff. Like, you're just asking, right? We talk about this all the time. Ask and listen, right? Provide value. And you have to think about, when you have your why over here, everything comes from your why. So why are you doing this? Like, why are you doing your business? Why are you posting on Facebook? Why do you want to go live? Not just because Ed told you to. I mean, that's a good reason. Don't get me wrong, but you want to make sure that you have more of a why, because once you go live, you actually have to deliver something. You actually have to talk, right? So keep that in mind, that you really need to think about that before, and it doesn't have to be anything crazy. You guys can literally just go live and talk about you, what you do, show your workspace, whatever it may be. So just think about that, and know that it's all about where you start, which is that why, right? You start with your why, and then you start branching outwards. Then you start drawing out those things, well, this isn't really a good paper, but because I could get my boards, but my boards are like full right now, so we're not going to do that. But here you go. I'm gonna I'm gonna take a sip of water first, and then we're gonna go like that. So literally, that's all it is. I can't really see that. There we go. Y, and then branch out. And I'm just going to make these because I like having mind maps, a chart. So there you go. That's what you're going to do. Fill in those bubbles. Like, that's all you got to do, right? And I say that's all you have to do, but sometimes that can be hard, right? You have to think too much. So here's an exercise I want you to take part in. If you're struggling, or if you just need to do it. And I'm going to show you what I did today and where you can find it to kind of help you out. But what I want you to do is record yourself. Now I know you're probably thinking, oh, Ed, I'm not trying to go live right now. Like I can't. My hair's a mess. I don't have any makeup on. I got no lighting. I don't have the right equipment. Like I don't have a mic. Like, Ed, no, I can't do this. Listen. It's like that I was going to say commercial, but that little kid. Linda, you're not listening. Linda, right? Anybody seen that one? That's like the best clip. Whitney says, "Oh, Ed." Yes, I know. That, what can I say? You guys get me going with this homework and everything. Vicky says, yep, hashtag homework from hashtag EdTalkTV. But how much smarter are you guys, right? How much more XYZ are you guys? And I love it. So, and you guys show up. So, you keep showing up and you're going to keep getting me to show up. So that's just the way it works. I almost forgot where we were at, but we're talking about the exercise. So I want you to record yourself. Now here's the thing. You can either record yourself on video. I didn't say live. We'll get there. But you can record yourself on video or audio. Now, I'm not talking about a podcast, and I'm not talking about Facebook Live necessarily. Like, those are next level stuff. I am simply talking about you picking up your phone. If you got an iPhone, you got voice memos. If you got Evernote, that's for any phone. You can download that. You can use the audio recording in there. Android users, sorry, but I'm sure you got some kind of built-in audio function where you can do little voice notes to yourself. Whatever it is, get that, turn it on, and just start talking. That's it. Paula says, I actually record myself today, yes, to see how it would turn out, and it wasn't too bad. Yes! That's what I'm talking about! Paula, go ahead. Brush them off. Do a little dance. It's all you. You got this. Right? Like, that's what I'm talking about. You guys, do this. That's what I'm talking about. Same thing with Vicky. Did you guys see when Vicky was a guest on the show last week? I think it was. It might have been early this week, but last week. I told her on the broadcast, I said, now when you're done, you're going to go watch this. You can go to sleep because, she's a UK viewer, so it's a little bit late over there. But I said, you're going to watch this tomorrow, and you're going to say, and I forget the exact words, but we'll just go with what I'm feeling right now. But you are going to say, dang, Vicky, you killed it. You slayed it. Like, yes, I did good. And what happened? She killed it. And she knew it. She commented afterwards and said she watched it and she was impressed. That's because you guys can show up and deliver. And you can engage too, because you're doing it right now. Exactly, Tiffany, right? You just got to do it. I mean, look how excited I get, right? You couldn't tell if I was doing an audio version of this. You wouldn't be able to laugh at me, right? You wouldn't be able to be like, dang, I want some of that. I want some of that energy, right? But you can with video, with live video, right? That's what's up. That's what's up. Vicky says, I watched it back and I slayed it. Yes, Vicky, you did. You did. And so why I keep going back to video is because you do have to watch yourself. I'm watching or it's not a replay, but because it's delayed, I can see myself on the phone. That's hilarious. I want some of that energy, right, Rita? Oh yeah, and thank you for the shout out earlier in one of the Facebook groups. So again, you guys, real quick about the comments. This is what I'm talking about. Rita had saw that in I don't even know which group it was because I was in a few today. Speaking of yesterday, how funny is this? Yesterday we talked about how we were going through, and cleaning up Facebook land and our web presence, and I haven't done the group thing yet. I haven't done any cleaning of the house, but today I've really been in some groups talking and just engaging. And one of the groups Rita was in, and she saw that I had posted in there, I think it was just my new updated site, and dropped a really nice comment which shows up for everyone else that's browsing that feed that probably don't know me, right? And I was just like, whoa, that was awesome. And it totally made my day. So you have to understand, like, those little things stand out and they make a huge difference for all of us. So you have to make sure to do that. So going back to recording yourself, audio is a great start. Audio is good, and you can use those clips. But when you start doing video, it's a whole nother ballgame in a good way. I'm not even talking about live. Remember, we're not even talking about live at this point. Live would be great because then you get instant feedback. You get to kill two birds with one stone. You're going live on Facebook. That is helping the algorithm, and you're getting yourself out there. But if you're not ready for that, I get it. So what you need to do is just record yourself. And I say with your phone, if that's the only one you have, that's fine. You don't need to get any expensive cameras. Please do not go out and buy expensive cameras. If you don't want to use your phone, you can use your computer. Most computers have the little webcam. I'm not saying it's great, but it's better than nothing, right? Like, use what you have. Like, that's what I'm saying, is use what you have. And chances are, if you have a phone with a camera, it's going to be better than your computer camera. I'm just going to say that as a techie. But what I want you to do is go through and record yourself. Now, here's the trick, though. When you record yourself, and you guys can tell me, those who have done this, how awkward is it, especially those first few seconds? Sometimes it could be longer, but it's really awkward those first few seconds because it typically will look like this. Pretend I'm going to use my little remote. We'll pretend like you guys are my camera, right? Vicky, no, I'm not getting sick. I had trail mix earlier, and I've done a lot of talking today, and I haven't had a lot of water. So we know from yesterday, because Jess was informing us, that you got to stay hydrated for your vocal cords and stuff. So yeah, is it okay to use a external mic? Oh yeah, for sure, Tiffany. Yeah, totally. You guys may or may not be able to tell right now. I actually have my headphones. These are just my Apple headphones, earpods. Well, actually, I don't think. Yeah, whatever. These are my headphones. It's got a little mic on it. I actually don't have it plugged in, obviously, right this moment. I did before I showed you the video. Now I'm going to plug them in, and you might tell a difference in the audio, a slight difference, maybe a big difference. I don't know. I'm going to go ahead and plug it in, though. So now they're plugged in, and so now there may be a little bit of a difference. But yeah, use an external mic if you want. You guys, what will happen is, and I'm going to do the example in a second, what will happen is you'll start figuring out all the things that you may want to do, like add an external mic, add some lighting, change some things in the background, which we're going to talk about that in a second. I want to make sure I show you the new video I just uploaded because that will help. So don't go anywhere. So if I pretend that you guys, my webcam right now, if I pretend you guys are my phone, you're my camera on my phone, I'm going to go either tap, or if I have a remote, I'm going to hit that. Now we're live. Well, sorry, we're not live. We're just recording, okay? Okay, cool. Tiffany, here's the difference. Yeah. So that's also why, Tiffany, a lot of the times I will plug in my headphones now for all my lives. I don't like to wear it because I don't like having this is just for me because I'm trying to make, I don't know, it really professional or whatever. I don't know. I just don't like being tied to the cord because especially because I can stand away and I move around a lot. I don't know if that's just the Italian in me or what, but I just don't want the cord and I just haven't bought a wireless thing. It is what it is. So I plug it in. So there's the background for you guys. So what I'm doing is I turned you guys on, right? Tap. Now we're recording. This is kind of what happens when you're new, right? This is kind of what happens. Cool. This is fun. How's it going? Yeah. Well, Ed told me to do this, so, here I am. I don't really know. Oh, is that something in my teeth? Huh. Okay. Boop. Right? Like something like that. It's just going to be really awkward. It's going to be just, it's there, right? Yeah, that awkward silence, right, Vicky? You just have to get used to it. You're also going to have things like this here. Because this is fun, let's do it again, okay? So, going to have to catch up, had a hard day. Oh yeah, no worries, Teresa, have a great night. So we'll do another role play here, right? So, here we go. Tap. Hey, this is great. Are you guys enjoying? Okay, I'll talk to you later. Boop. Right? What was wrong with that picture? Where was I? I was down here. So everyone's like, that's the what? No. So then you realize, oh, I do need to, be more up. I do need to do X, Y, Z, right? We might have another live on this. I don't know. We'll think about it. But good, Vicky. I'm glad because, I needed some energy today and this is good. That is what I don't like, but I know the more it gets easier. Oh, totally. You guys, you see me here. You see me making a fool out of myself right now. Do you think I could have done this a month ago, 2 months ago, 3 months ago, or more? No, not live. Maybe in person because we're cool and we hang out and I'm like, that's just me. But on camera, on live, you must be crazy. That's not happening. So it's that kind of stuff that you have to think about, right? Now I'm going to go ahead and jump in to my website because I want to show you guys the video that I just uploaded because it ties into what we're talking about here. I won't play the video, but I'll let you, well, maybe we'll play it. We'll see. I don't know. So let me go ahead and flip my screen. Let's go there. All right. So if you don't know, now you know. I've updated and now I'm having everything start at edtroxel.com. And then I made it really easy for you to, figure out if you want to work with me or learn from me. Here's a cool thing, real quick tour of the website, just so you guys have it, and then we're going to get to the video. So hang tight. Vicky says, and when you hit go live, everything goes bigger anyhow. So even if your test before, it enlarges. Yep, exactly, Vicky. So this is new. There'll be some more updates to this page here, but I try to make it super clean and easy for you guys to figure out what you want to learn from me. So understand that. Check with Ed is my monthly subscription. That's actually the name is gonna change to make it more relatable. I'm just being open and honest with you guys, like that. This is how it works. This is how entrepreneurship works. And you just test things and you figure it out. This is my next project, is fixing this up so that it's easier to understand. And I think a lot of you who have probably been on the fence or are like, well, I don't know, maybe, which is still kind of on the fence, you are going to be like, oh, Ed, yes, like I know why I need to be a part of this membership. So that's the goal for that. So I'll be working on that. But what I want to show you here is I put this on, I think it's on my contact page. This is a test for myself. Was this video that I did earlier today. So what I was thinking, and let me bring it back for a second here. What I was thinking about is, I get the question all the time, Ed, what do you do? I mean, we all do, right? And of course I can say, well, I'm a business and development and tech expert, helping small businesses, entrepreneurs, and nonprofits, show up, deliver, and engage online. Cool. But that helps, but really, what do you bring to the table? And so I had that question actually today, and I was like, I was talking about it, and I was just talking naturally. And of course I wasn't recording it, and I didn't have audio recording, I didn't have video recording. I was like, dang, I really would have liked to have that, because now I'm in that mindset of I need to record as much as possible, because it naturally flows when we start talking, right? So what I did was I came home from my meeting, and I said, you know what, let's just do it. I'm not going to do anything else. I'm hungry. I need to go to the bathroom, but we're going to pause on all that, and we're going to go film this clip, because I still had the energy, right? I still had the thought in my head, and I was still if I think about it too much, it's going to go. I won't be able to do it, right? If we think about it too much, we start getting tongue twisted, and then we're like, oh, I don't even know. I can't. Yes, I'm not clear on what I would get. Yes, perfect, Vicky. Awesome. Vicky, I love your honesty. Thank you. When I fix the page, my goal was today, but we're going to try in the next couple days. When I fix the page, I would love to hear your honest feedback. You can send me a message or whatever, but your honest feedback on the difference and if it makes more sense. So I appreciate that. Thank you. So what I did was I went home and I filmed this video, and I'm going to show it to you in a second, and I realized I had to capitalize on that moment, right? Because I still had the energy, I felt it, and I didn't want to think too much about it. So that leads us to the contact page, where I added this video, and this is just an overlay, and we still have a few minutes, so I'll play it to help you guys, and I'm going to speak about it too here. It's going to be a little delay. So what does Ed do? You guys, I'm more than just a tech guy. I know most of you probably know me as a techie, and that I am the go-to guy when it comes to tech and when you have troubles with it, but I'm more than just tech, right? My main passion is to help people. More specifically, is to help people build better businesses, right? Because a lot of you already have started a business or are in that process. And so my job is to come in and help you show up, deliver, and engage. I bring in the marketing skills, the social media, the sales, the web design, whatever it may be, those are the different areas, the user experience, which ties into customer service, customer journey, right? That stuff all combined is what I bring to the table. And so I'm more than just your tech guy, right? And that's what I wanted to share with you here on this video, and help you realize that really what I do, what Ed does, what Ed Troxel Creative does, because that's the official business name, is I come in and I help you start and grow and run your business. I help you show up, deliver, and engage. Those are the three main things. You may be doing one or all three of those, but there's always room for improvement. There's always room for opportunity, right? It's kind of like your Hey Alexa, your Hey Siri, your Hey Google. Well, now you have Hey Ed. And then you ask me the question and we'll help you figure it out, right? You need that fresh perspective to come in and share with you what you may be missing, what you may not have thought of, right? So that's what I do. And I look forward to working with you soon and helping you and your organization. Take care. So, do you guys see that? Welcome, Mickey. No worries running in to catch Ed Talk TV. I love it. I love it. So, you guys see what that video is talking about? Does that help make more sense? Like, I want your honest feedback. Literally, that just posted that today. Let me plug in the headphones so you have a better audio there. So I literally just posted that today. I created it, posted it this afternoon, like maybe a couple hours ago. And I want your honest feedback because that's just the first run, right? Like that video I'm sure is going to change, but it was just something I wanted to put out there. Because a lot of people do know me for the tech, but they don't know really what I bring to the table, which is, sorry, I thought I heard music, which is all of that, right? Sales, marketing, the user experience, web design, like that stuff, I have that knowledge, that insight. You guys see how many books I read when you see my posts on Instagram and my Facebook. Like, I'm absorbing all of that information to bring it to you guys. Oh, that's why. I keep hearing the other audio there. So let me know, of course, how you liked that video, if that made sense, what your thoughts are. I want to point out, though, what you may or may not have noticed in that video. So let me go ahead and refresh that video. And I'm not going to play the whole thing. I just want to point out let me get a better screenshot there. Okay. So let me go back and show you, because I want to see if you caught this. So after I shot this video, I came over here and I watched it. Well, I mean, I before I edited it, I looked at it and I said, oh, I spoke just passionately. Like, I knew exactly what I was talking about and I just delivered. Hey, Erica, you are just under the wire. Yes, you are. You're going to have to watch this replay because this was a good one, if I do say so myself. So what's interesting about this video is like I said, I didn't think about it too much. I ran with it. I had to go to the bathroom. I had to eat. And I said, no, I'm in the zone. I just need to do this video and get it out and see what happens. And I did. And I said, you know what? Okay, cool. And then when I was done, I was like, okay, cool. Like that, I said what I needed to. It made sense. It's there. And then all of a sudden, I looked. Look what I did. I had my big Post-it still left on the wall with my notes on it for my web cleanup, which, I mean, it doesn't look bad. It doesn't look terrible, but it's not the cleanest look. And I was thinking about, oh, how do I crop this and how do I do that? And I said, you know what? Screw it. I'm leaving it. The audio was good. The video was fine. This, I'm not going to worry about. This video can go on my website and be fine. Why am I not worried about this? Because it shows who I am. It shows the work that I'm doing, right? It's not a clean office. There's papers everywhere, and here's a little glimpse of it, right? So it's one of those things that you just go with it and you just see what happens. And for me, having the delivery, having that audio and a decent looking video, that's more important than having that little piece of paper edited out. That's just me. I'm like, it makes me feel more real, and it was oops, it's there, but whatever, right? Right, good enough, exactly, Mickey. And you guys, there's kind of a little delay, I think almost 2-minute delay with the video, it seems like, but you guys are doing great, so thank you. It shows your work in that you get down and get busy. Yes, that is right. No, that's not good. By the way, Erica and Mickey, you guys do want to watch the replay. I know you will, but you do a little while back because you're going to have a good laugh. Make sure you go to the bathroom first, though. So, it is what it is around here. But that's the kind of like the background of what I'm talking about is really just starting to film yourself and getting more comfortable. What's cool is I don't know. Well, some of you know that I'm working on my book. I've been working on my book, but like really trying to clean it up. And I need to hopefully get to that this weekend for organizing. And then I'm going to work on the subscription for you guys to get that fixed up. But when it comes to video, there's a lot of things that you can do with those clips that you're posting and repurposing for a bigger picture. So you got to think a little bit bigger, right? Let's go a little bit bigger there. Uh, yes, Mickey is ready to go. So audio was very good. It's straight, clear about what you do. Oh, perfect, Tiffany. That's awesome feedback. Yeah, you guys, like I said, I do so much, so I know it's hard to keep up, and I know that it's like it's hard because you're like, well, I know Ed is good, but I don't necessarily know when and where I would refer people to him, right? Like, so that's the whole reason I'm cleaning up the online presence and showing you guys like what's going on behind the scenes, like showing you that video and the why behind it, right? It's all about the why. I'm going to let you go, but first, before I do, talking about packaging it, here is a perfect example of the why and packaging it. I haven't done packaging in a while, so I kind of wanted to do this one. Maybe we'll do this tomorrow. But real quick, the why behind this is I wanted a quick snack that is decent, right? There's jerky and cheese, which is kind of a weird combo. I didn't really think I liked that. But I had one of these last night, and geez, it was good. It was really good. And the packaging is just right. Clean and simple, right? So I'm going to leave that with you because we're over time, and that's that. And I want to do some of those because I missed those. But there's that. And thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hope that was helpful. Be sure, even if you're catching the replay, to comment and share. Share this out with someone. Tag a friend if you want. You don't even have to share. Just tag a friend. Have them come over here. I posted hashtag EdTalkTV in a group when they asked who to go to. Oh, cool, Mickey. That's awesome. I appreciate that. You guys have been making me feel like over the top, special, like crazy the past couple weeks, like especially this week. Woo! You guys are good. You guys are good. All right, I'm going to see you guys tomorrow. Have a great night.